What is going on, everyone? This is Ninja Geek here, and today I actually finally was able to get Dark Matter. I don't know how that SVG shot didn't hit, but I pulled a heat wave on him. Get the gold camo finally for the SVG. I got some transgression on it now just because it looks great. And Dark Matter, there we go. Diamond camo unlocked, and last but not least, the burnt camo unlocked. So I finally got Dark Matter here, and on the KN, it doesn't really full up the entire gun. Because, I don't know, they just decided not to put it on the top part. It doesn't look bad, but, you know, it's just decent. And then I put on a paint shop there so that it kind of blends in with the Dark Matter. But in this game, I just wanted to show off a 70 kill game and talk about the hardest parts and the best parts about going for Dark Matter here, because it did take a while. I mean, I wasn't, like, trying to get it, like, oh my god, like, I have to, like, rush every game and try and get the most kills and whatever, you know, I was just playing as I was. But, you know, when I completed one weapon, I would then obviously switch to another weapon. So now that I have this completed, I can start using the weapons that I like to use, like the KN and the Pharaoh. Those are some of the weapons that I enjoy using, and they will be used a lot more, so be expecting to see some gameplays with that coming in the future, because those are just the guns that I really enjoy using. And obviously that was the best part of going for Dark Matter, because those are the easiest weapons that I used. I think I got the KN Gold first. I didn't even try and go for the KN44. I just had to get it because, you know, the KN was one of my favorites. The XR2, it really kicks up a lot, so you get a lot of headshots with it, so that gun wasn't hard. ICR and the HVK were some of the harder ones. I don't know why, I just don't like those guns. The M8's okay, it's not great. I think I would still prefer the XR2 because you could hold down the trigger. So overall, assault rifles weren't that bad. Obviously, most people tend to use assault rifles anyways, so I do enjoy going for the assault rifle ones and the SMGs. Oh my god, I can't, the Vesper, forget about it. I had to play hardcore because in core, that thing doesn't kill anything. It's terrible, in my own personal opinion. I know lots of people still like the Vesper even after it got nerfed, but I just cannot stand using the Vesper at all. It's way too weak for me. Especially after they nerfed it, it's just way too weak. Even before they nerfed it, it seemed like I would just get so many hit markers. I put a whole mag into a guy, and I'd still have to reload and put another whole mag into him for it to kill. And the VMP, I liked at the beginning of the game, but since they've nerfed it, it's basically the same way for me, so I don't really like the VMP. The Pharaoh is my favorite. The Weevil is just an okay gun. It's not, like, terrible. I can use it, but it's definitely no Pharaoh to me. And oh, what's the one that I'm forgetting? It's probably the first one that I can't... Oh, yeah, the Kuda. The Kuda's pretty decent, too. It's a good one. It's better than the Weevil, but in my own opinion, I think I still like the Pharaoh. But SMGs weren't that hard to go for either because, you know, I'm an SMG player mainly. And then for the shotguns, I think I already had the Argus Gold just because I loved how the Argus worked since Black Ops 3. Like, right when it came out, I was like, this is a really cool shotgun. We haven't really seen one like this since, like, Modern Warfare 2, I think, because it's a lever action. So I used that a lot, and I got that gold. And then the KRM. Now, the shotgun that really pissed me off was the Haymaker, and let me tell you why. Because the Bresci has a headshot multiplier, if you didn't know. It's a 1.4, I think, from watching Drifter's video on it. So the Bresci wasn't that hard to get headshots with. It wasn't really that hard to use. At first, I didn't like it. Now, the Bresci is a pretty decent shotgun. It's not, like, the best one in the world, but it's no, you know, it's not, like, terrible like the Haymaker. Now, the Haymaker is bad for going for headshots, which is why I didn't really like it for that reason. But in hardcore, the Haymaker's a beast, so it's pretty good. And once you get long barrel and rapid fire for it on Nuketown, the Haymaker just goes in. You know, any other map besides the smaller maps, you're not going to really do good with the shotguns because that's just how the game was designed. Obviously, shotguns work from close range, but the Haymaker just isn't that great, and most people know that. Now, you know, like I did say, the Haymaker is a beast when you run long barrel and rapid fire on it, so I highly recommend that setup. But before you do that, before you get those two last attachments, the Haymaker sucks really, really bad. So, and there's no headshot multiplier, so that one was the most frustrating to go for. The LMGs, the Gorgon was terrible. Okay, the Dingo got somewhat decent headshots, and I actually, or not the Dingo, I mean the Dredge got somewhat decent headshots. I like the Dredge, it's pretty good. The Dingo was really good for going for headshots, and it actually was a really good LMG. The BRM is a standard LMG, and it is actually really good too. It's just your standard, there's nothing special about it, but it works really good. But then you've got the Gorgon, and I hate the Gorgon. I don't know if they nerfed it or whatever they did to it since the game came out, but it moves way too slow for my play style, so getting headshots with that thing took a longer time than usual, but I ended up getting that, so the Gorgon was like that for me. And then for snipers, I think you've known since the last video that I made on a sniper, but, you know, I think that the Locust was pretty decent. It worked pretty well. The Drakon, easiest sniper in the whole world because it's a semi-auto, so you can just spam it. Not really a problem there. You just play hardcore, go for the one-shots. Then the SVG, I think the SVG I like out of all of them just because it does take some skill to use, unlike the Drakon, which you could just spam it. You know, obviously like somewhat like an SVU, but the SVG is actually, I like how it works, I like how it aims in, I think that's my favorite sniper overall in this game. But then you have the BO3. I talked about this a little, so I'm not going to talk about it fully, but I hate the default scope on it, which you have to use at the beginning. You have to use it when you're trying to get no attachments for it. You can't use the Varric sight, which is the most accurate sight, while you're trying to go for Bloodthirsty, so that makes it more difficult. And it's just an overall bad gun. It's a delayed burst, which makes it even less accurate than it should be, and it only kills in one shot anyways. So the BO3, just terrible. I don't know about you guys, but the BO3, garbage gun in this game. Cannot use that thing at all. And then the knife actually surprisingly wasn't that hard to go for. The knife was pretty, it took a couple of games. I think I did better in the regular TDM gameplays or kill confirmed than going into the Chaos Mosh Pit, just because people were more aggressive in the Mosh Pit, even though the maps are small. But the knife worked pretty well. The challenges for it weren't too difficult. I got them within maybe like 5, 6, 7 games, so the knife wasn't that hard. Secondaries, the MR6 and the RK5, they were decent. The MR6 took a little, the RK5 took a little bit more, but the LCAR-9, oh my god, that thing sucks. It takes way too long to kill someone in regular core game modes, and you'd think, okay, I'll go into hardcore, but nope, it takes way too long to kill in hardcore. So I just didn't know. I kept switching back and forth between them. Hard to get headshots on because I was trying to use the iron sights, and then I was flipping back and forth between the ELO, and I can't use that gun at all. But, you need to have scavenger on it, which I didn't run most of the time anyways. So, and I had high caliber on it too. I just don't like the LCAR-9. It's not a really good secondary in my own opinion. And then the launchers actually got dominated a long time ago when I actually played domination and all that stuff. I tried to get the launchers diamond, just number one, because I knew that I had to eventually when I was going to go for the camo challenges, so I didn't want these to be the last things that I had to do, but also because, I love taking out the UAVs and all the streaks and garbage that they had in the air, so I ended up getting those gold and diamond pretty fast. But I think I've talked about all the guns that I should talk about, but, if you guys have Dark Matter, leave your comments below. What was the hardest and the easiest guns for you personally to go for Dark Matter? And I hope you do enjoy the rest of this gameplay. I'm probably just going to let it play out. But yes, so I finally got Dark Matter. I don't have to keep flipping through my different guns to use. And another thing is, right now, the reason why I'm making this video actually right now at the time that I am making it is because I was originally planning on making my classes for somewhat of a best class set of videos, starting to work on what classes I actually like in this game. And then as I'm making all my classes, I'm almost done. Whoops, Black Ops 3 hit us with the potato offline servers. So now they have to reorder that potato from Amazon.com, and it's going to take 2 months, but it's probably, I don't know when it's going to get fixed, so I decided to hop on here, make a quick video about this Dark Matter, and, just because it's something else to occupy my time with instead of just sitting here doing nothing or, something else, homework. But anyways, I will see you on whatever my next video happens to be. This is Ninja Geek. I'm out. And peace.